Welcome to the celebration of Manafort Brothers' first 100 years. Starting primarily as a house wrecking and salvage company, Manafort Brothers quickly grew to take on larger demolition jobs. Displaying unmatched work ethic, they emerged as a construction leader and poised for continued growth in the years to come. This is the story of Manafort Brothers.
The meaning behind Manafort is strong hand. It was developed by my great-grandfather, James.
My grandfather came through Ellis Island. He was an adopted child, and he picked the name Manaforte.
When my grandfather, the original James, when he first came here, his name was Riccio. He was adopted by somebody, and somehow there was a disagreement along the way, and my grandfather changed his name to Manafort. When it was called New Britain House Wrecking, it was actually a used building material business, and my grandfather took houses apart and brought everything here and then resold it.
So we had the sawmills there, we had where their main garage is now repair shop, used to be a two-story shed where the doors and windows used to be and all other just odds and ends, fencing, whatever could be salvaged and sold.
You know, we're house wreckers, got into bigger demolition. We had a landfill in Berlin. And the landfill, having the demolition business and the landfill obviously go hand in hand.
I do remember one of my earliest memories was going in the Hartford Civic Center after the roof had collapsed.
I spent every Saturday at the Civic Center. And I remember our crane operator, Bobby Tubbs, put me in the seat of the crane and spun me around in the middle of that job. That was awesome.
It's a job, but it's really not a job when it's, you know, when you're having fun and it's, you know, just been part of our lives going, you know, since we were kids. This is, you know, just what we do.
This must be kind of a kick.
No, it's not a kick. It's a business.
Really?
Yeah, it gets a little nerve-wracking before this thing actually hits the ground.
From the small excavation jobs working for small contractors, we were able to get bonding and we were able to start bidding some heavier work.
The Preston garbage to energy plant and the concrete contractor went bust, and the owner asked us if we could do the concrete.
And so they said, we want you to do this concrete. I said, wow, okay. I said, we never did concrete before. So went back to the office, we talked it over, Jim, John, and myself, and we took the job.
From not having any experience as a contractor to jumping in and doing a power plant was risky.
And Preston Trash Energy was the first big, quote-unquote, concrete project we did, which catapulted us into doing Foxwoods Casino, Mohegan Casino.
It took a lot of commitment from our people in the field, working a lot of hours, 7 days a week, basically for years.
So they just continued to build, and they liked our performance, so we were there for 6 years.
Our workforce, you know, grew from about 300 to 1,000 personnel during those times. Nothing worked like it did in the Foxwoods days. I mean, the cooperation amongst everybody, you'll never see again.
The first casino was probably the most challenging job that's ever been done in Connecticut, and certainly by us.
You know, it was something out of a movie that you could never really imagine how bad it really looked.
The devastation was unbelievable. When I first got on site, just walking up to the site, you were passing blocks and blocks of cars stacked on top of each other, fire trucks maybe 4 high.
We were working 24/7 for probably the first 4 months.
Yeah, we did it with a wrecking ball. I guess they had stopped doing that 30 years prior to 9/11 in New York City.
The fact that we were able to do something different there that nobody else could do and get it done and contribute to the recovery was that was my big thing.
just the growth of the company from then to now, it's just amazing how much things have changed and how the company has evolved.
These design build jobs are very exciting to us. Because when we were involved from the beginning, you can be, innovative and come up with ideas that help in the construction and help in the process.
The Route 8 design build job was the first design build highway project in the state of Connecticut.
The FedEx building was the largest civil site job that this company has ever performed.
We don't normally see site jobs that big in this part of the country. I mean, we normally deal with like the Foxwoods and the Mohegans, which were probably 60, 100 acre sites. This was a 250 acre site, so we don't see these kind of projects too often.
If you rewound 20 years ago and said, are you going to be the biggest nuclear decommissioning company in the country, I never would have thought that. The end of this year we'll finish at Zion, which will basically put us as one of the only companies in the world that have taken down 4 nuclear containments.
Yeah, the waste company now is 250 employees, 150 trucks on the road. We're one of the largest waste companies in the state.
The technical expertise, it just keeps getting raised to a new level on every project.
I think Manafort is a special company because it's family. We treat everybody as family. I mean, if you come in as a strange employee, you're going to find out it's family. And you either want to join the family or you want to leave. And so that's how we treat everybody.
Jim Sr. used to bust on me all the time. You see all the takeoffs and all the paperwork and everything trying to put a bid together. And he used to always laugh. He said, I got my job today, did you get yours? He'd always come by. Every time he got a job, he'd say that I got mine, did you get yours?
They've shared in my lifetime glories and they've shared in my lifetime sadnesses. So, I mean, that's not something it's something I value. I mean, that's why I've been there for 41 years. You're not just an employee, you're part of the team.
I have my immediate family, but this is my family. I don't work for a company, I work for family.
Our workforce is our backbone. I mean, and even the workers are excited when they see this get completed to be involved in these very high-profile projects. Just great guys. I mean, you can't accomplish anything without having a great workforce.
That's why this company is what it is. It's because of the owners who trust people like myself and the supers and the field personnel to push jobs through.
We had employees retiring at 42, 35, 36 years, 38 years. None of them ever wanted to leave, nor did we want them to leave.
When I retire, they're probably going to have to take me away from here dragging and kicking and screaming, because like I said, this isn't working for a company, it's working for family.
It's exciting for the company to be involved in these projects and then to see them come to completion and to be able to meet these tough schedules and tough constraints. It's something, I personally and I'm sure anyone involved here in the company is very proud of.
We shine at tight schedules, and our men are extraordinary. They're so special because they can do the impossible.
You could be working on a demolition project one day and you'd be working on a site project the next day.
There's times when we couldn't buy a concrete job. Well, the DOT or the site or the demolition would be carrying the company.
They give me the ability to grow with the company and make the company prosper. And yeah, I'm proud of that. So
being able to see your job, come together and something to be proud of. You get to see what you've built.
When you see a finished product and you see it's working the way it's supposed to work, you feel pride in that and you feel good about it. I'm proud to say I work for this company. I am very proud to say it.
For a 100-year company, I've been very blessed to have 40 of it under my belt, 41 of it under my belt. So I'm sure they'll be here for another 100 years.
They've got all the parts and pieces for a great company here. So there is no reason why it can't be another 100 years.
I think that they're set for the next 100 years. And if the fifth generation wants to come along and keep it as family.
Couldn't even imagine what it would be like for another 100 years for them. You know what I mean? I hope they make the 100 years.
We're setting ourselves up to, to run forever. That's the goal.